This is TBS. Today, I have been asked to find out a little bit more about where Vanessa is and what happened, and also to find out where Huxley is and if he's safe. I care about both those things too, so decided to do the videos. The readings of these will probably be, I don't know if they'll be vague, medium, or sharp, but I want to find out anyway. I'm almost certain that my last reading about Vanessa is correct, but I've been asked to try anyway because the family, Vanessa's family, they hold out hope that she's still alive. I don't want to make any judgments on them or talk about what they feel or think, really. I just know that if it was my person that was missing, I would be trying to find out and hope they're alive as well. But history dictates that this is probably what I said it was in the beginning. A murder cover-up. Now, today, Friday, in Guillen, Texas, where they're from, at the corner of Fort Hood Street and Rancière Road, from 4 to 7, there's going to be a peaceful protest to ask the police if they will please turn over the investigation to the FBI, because a boy named Gregory last year went missing, and they just said he was a runaway, like an AWOL person. But of course he wasn't. They found him dead later, I think. So we want to support them. If you're in Texas, go on. Well, if you're anywhere near Fort Hood, because Texas is huge, go and try to help them out and go there. But since we can't go, since I'm in Kentucky, I cannot go there. I would like to help, and let's try and do again. We'll try and figure out again what happened to Vanessa. Because her sister, Myra, her mom, Gloria, and her best friend, Frida, all are in charge of helping this. I know she had a boyfriend, but I don't know how busy he is or if he's involved. But as far as the 3 women that are closest to her in her life, I think that I would like to do this reading and dedicate it to them. Hopefully we'll figure out what's going on. Okay, so we have the 8 of Coins, Strength, and Temperance. This is talking about how Vanessa was a hard worker and she was strong and was temperate. So she just had a lot to offer the army because of how she had trained herself to be a diligent person and to be a fair person who cared about others. But if you remember from last time, Myra had said that she was not happy the last few weeks before her death, and that her whole personality had changed. Okay. This is saying that she's at rest, because this can't be that she was at rest with the army, because she wasn't. So this means that she's gone. This is saying that there was a poverty of emotion going on there because someone really liked her but didn't want to admit it to themselves, and so he had a problem with her. Okay, this is her mother and the rest of the family. This is talking about how they feel right now and how they want to know the answer, and they have love for Vanessa and they're sensitive. And some people in the army are doing what they're supposed to do, but they want to make sure it's fair and have the FBI come in. Okay, so this is talking about how the boy hurt her and took her somewhere close to water so that there was lots of different places he could dispose of her body. But the place that he took her to was ingenious and perfect because no one will ever find her where she is, which I think is the ocean. Okay, the wheel, the Queen of Coins, and the Page of Wands. Okay, the Sun in the Tower. This is a difficult one here. So, this is talking about how her life was really short, and it is true that she's gone. For whatever reason, death came to her early. For whatever reason, this guy somehow got to her and hurt her. And because they worked together in the armory, he knew all of her movements and followed her everywhere she went in his mind. And he really was obsessed with her. Okay. King of Coins, Eight of Wands, and Chariot. So this is kind of good because it's saying that the army does want to find out what happened and do it swiftly. And this time they did it better than the last time they did it with Gregory. And they don't really like that the family is telling them they're doing it wrong, because this time they're really trying hard, especially because she's a woman. They don't want to have bad press. The problem is that unless they go all the way down to the bottom, to this man that worked with her in the armory, they're not going to find out what happened. Also, they would have to torture him for him to tell the truth. So it's probably not going to happen. Oh, okay. So this is good. Oh, this is great. Okay. So this is saying that if the family seeks the church, if they seek a priest, that they will find out the truth. Like if they ask God and pray and they have guidance by an official person that can talk to God too, that they will get peace because he will tell them what had happened, and that they're actually going to receive a settlement award and have a lot more money because of this. Not that they would rather have Vanessa, of course, but that they should look forward to the future, at least knowing that if they ask God, he will tell them what happened. And there's no hiding about it. They'll know immediately, they'll know for sure. And they won't have to be scared anymore. Unfortunately, finding out something about her right now, having her be in the ocean and having this man be one of the most stubborn people ever, it's just not going to happen that way. But they can have the peace they desire by asking God. Okay, and let's see here. So, yeah, it's just saying that they shouldn't think of this as a cover-up. They should think of this as something that is out of their control, but it doesn't matter because they can find out the truth from God. What they could do is, which they'll probably do actually, they can start to give money and time towards other causes to help women in the army. And that's how they can give back to feel good about this. The person in charge of the captain in charge of this, he's a bit weird, but he's on their side, and he'll probably reach out to them to help, even though they won't receive it very well. Yeah, okay. All right, this is it then. This is the 100%. So we're done with the reading. This is saying that justice will be had. They'll celebrate with justice, and they'll be able to give other people money, time, and comfort. It's going to be great for them later. I hope that they can find out that they just need to ask God, and not to say that their feelings will change all the way, but they'll have at least some kind of truth to grasp onto. And because of that, they'll be able to have all of this. They'll have justice in heaven. They'll have celebration in heaven. They'll have generosity in heaven, but they also have it here as well. I wish I could say that Vanessa's guy is going to get prosecuted, but I don't see that happening. Let's ask again just to make sure. Okay, I don't know if this is saying that what I said before, the other reading, that he's going to have, this will eat him alive and he'll die by himself alone, or if the truth is going to come to him as in he's going to go to justice. So let's ask again. I'm confused. Okay, this is saying that he will be able to get out of everything unless a person as crafty and stubborn as him starts to go against him. At this point, that cannot be read. The person, whoever it is, that is the one that has the capacity to go after him, I can't see anything about this person except that he's male. And if he decides to go against the boy who killed Vanessa, the man who killed Vanessa, he will win. But as of now, I cannot see if he's going to do it or not. Because right now he's on a different path, not law enforcement. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, that's the reading. So pretty much, if I was to tell the family anything, I would say that I wouldn't probably say anything about finding out or not. I would just say to ask God to help them understand what's going on. Now I want to find out about Huxley. As probably most of you know, there's a family that has a YouTube channel where they talk about themselves and they talk about everything in their life. I personally think that kind of thing is despicable, but it seems like a lot of subscribers are going to that kind of thing and watching family and adoption and stuff. I don't get it at all. I don't understand that, but for some people it offers comfort or enjoyment. I would never do it myself. I think it would be horrible. But for, I think obviously you can tell, or we can tell, that the people that Micah and James, this family, that they definitely care about money and they care about getting viewers and having some kind of famous focus on themselves. If you look back at the history of the channel, the history of them as people and other channels and other parts of their life, it's definitely obvious that they're not good people. And I don't care if they come after me for that, because it's totally true. Everyone can see that. You don't need the cards to see that. I don't know why someone would want to watch them and listen to her talk, because she's not, all she does is spew lies. Her whole face and body is just horrible to me. I hate even looking at them, but for whatever reason, people like them. And the story about Huxley is sad. I personally think that if they did get him to a different family that's good, his life's going to be much better than theirs, because than his with them. They should never have got him in the first place. And him leaving them was probably the best thing that ever happened to him, really. But other people online are saying that, what if he went to someone really bad? What if they did an illegal adoption? Did they go through the adoption people that they used to get him? Or did they just put him on Craigslist and say who wants a kid or something like that? So I don't know what the cards will say about this at all. And I haven't really asked before or planned, but I think that we need to find out what's going on, because he is a little boy and he can't really defend himself or help for himself. Seems like a cute little guy. I would, obviously, being his mom and dad will have to be like somebody that's really strong and has a lot of goodness about them, because someone who has even a small bit of evil won't be able to deal with him correctly and they'll hurt him. And I think we've seen that James and Micah, especially Micah, cannot stay good enough to take care of poor little boy. So, okay, let's find out. Let's see where Huxley is. Hopefully we'll be able to find out. Okay, so this is talking about how the family made money off being a family, and how they look forward to the future and retiring together and having accolades later on. This is talking about the intuition of everyone looking at this. And then this is talking about Micah herself wanting to be the person in charge of money. Okay, so this is saying also what Micah's trying to be, and James, I guess, also, that they want to show people that they're a creative family, that all of this is natural and good, and they're very proud of what they have, and what they started is something to emulate, and that they celebrate being a family, and that they believe that when they get information, they take care of it correctly, and that they know almost everything they need to know. Okay, this is talking about what really needs to happen in order to get these things. You have to be, for this family, they have to stop fighting. The children have to stop fighting, or she has to stop fighting with them. That they need to work harder at work instead of talking to the camera. And that James needs to become more assertive and stop Micah when he knows that something she's doing is wrong. Try to stop her. because he's more loving than she is. He regrets the path they've taken, and many people have told him to stop doing this. Okay, so because of the way that they have overburdened themselves, because of the way that they should have gone one way but went another. Obviously, chaos has happened to them. But we want to know about Huxley, not them. I don't know if this is saying that he was alone there or he was alone now from when he left them. And there's some kind of religious reason why he was readopted. Why the person picked him, but kind of confused about that. All right. So, the Queen of Passion, telling lies and having secrets, and also knowing that her femininity can get her things, has really hurt the family a lot. And greed and the love and James' love for her has ruined his life. And he likes working. He loves working. He loves toil. He loves doing things, especially for her because he loves her. But the problem is that at this point, what they have come to is wrong. Please tell us about Huxley. Okay, this is just saying that it is true that they got rid of him. It's true that they got rid of him because they couldn't handle it and they knew that and they know he would be better off somewhere else. They actually did have an altruistic reason for getting rid of him. And they knew that they might have a backlash and lose money. That's actually the reason why they didn't tell anyone. It wasn't because they were afraid. It was because they were afraid of losing money from all the endorsements he brought them. But in spite of knowing they would lose money probably and get found out, they gave him away to a better family. Now, I want to know, we all want to know, how did he get there? Why? How did they pick this person? Did this person come to them? Was it really from the doctor? The doctor give them someone? Okay, this is saying that someone did come in and talk to them that cared about Huxley. Someone that was an authority figure over with children like CPS or a doctor. Let's see. Don't think they're from China. Okay, it was a woman with CPS who she pretty much wanted to take over control of this because she couldn't stand seeing Huxley go through what he was going through. So she is the one who advised them and suggested to them that they have someone else adopt him from them because what was going on wasn't good for anyone involved. Okay, and that gave them hope for the future, everyone involved, and Huxley did actually understand this, and he was actually happy when Micah said that she cared, that Micah did want to leave. It actually was true. Poor little guy. It's so funny that children and young people are so victimized and a part of these readings that I'm doing recently. Okay, so this is talking about the CPS worker, or whatever that's called wherever they live. She actually knew of a single mom, or a single woman who lived alone, who wanted to devote all of her time to Huxley and have him be her best friend, and that's who he went to. I don't know how. There was no money actually involved in this, because the woman, the CPS woman, facilitated it, and it wasn't through the adoption agency, but she did it in a way to make sure Huxley was safe, so it's totally fine. Wherever he is, even if it isn't completely okay with the Chinese government, it's okay, like, with the soul of Huxley and, like, his physical outside being. Like, everything's good with him now. He actually feels a lot calmer and safer with this older lady that he's with. And it's true that she'll die earlier than other moms and she's alone, but he needs that. He needs to be alone with just one other person. Because of Huxley leaving, everything is a lot better in this other woman's life too. And Micah and James are happier and being closer together. And they feel like they made the right choice, even though they lost money. And actually, perhaps they learned from this and became better people, because they made the right decision for him. And it wasn't just guilt on the part of the CPS lady. They did care about what happened to him. But the problem with the lying and the greed is what it makes them have evil stuff in their life. It makes them have evil actions. And Huxley, where he is now, is supposed to be secret. No one's supposed to know or bother him. He should never be on TV again. If he chooses when he's older to reveal himself to people, like where he's been all this time, and like praise his new person he's with, that's his own decision, but that is not what should happen now. And that's why I can't see where this person lives. But all I know is that she's an older lady who's single and who really wanted to have him and care for him. And because of how still and calm it is there, she can devote all of her time to him. And this has put a fire in James to be better. And Huxley, as the innocent child, gets to start over again, in a sense, even though he understands that he's getting a better deal now, and so he doesn't want to remember what happened before. If he does, I think he'll just put it aside and it won't bother him that much. As far as what people have said, oh, he's going to be scarred, I don't believe that at all. That isn't what this is saying. But this is saying that Micah and James will continue on their fame and glory and money seeking ways, but it just will be like a little bit less and a little bit better than it was before. And that James will continue to be the person that saves the money and makes the money in a good way, and Micah will continue to be the person she is, which is passionately or compulsively doing things to get money, and they'll keep rolling on as they are now. So that's been TBS. Those are two they're intense readings, but I think they're also straightforward. And I'm really glad that we have a good result for Huxley. And I hope that somehow that Vanessa's family and friends can be comforted, and somehow learn the truth in the way that would be best for them.